Every trade has a story, from long shifts on the job site to late nights keeping America running. The work never stops. This is Trade Talk. Real conversations with real workers. We're diving into the grit, the grind, and the pride that fuels the blue-collar world. No suits, no filters, just the voices of the people who punch in every day. Because behind every shift, there's a story worth telling. Welcome to Trade Talk, powered by Punch and Coffee.
All right, so to fill everybody in on what this is going to be, wanted to do something to talk about different trades in America, backbone of America. Still kind of a working title right now, but for right now, as it stands, it's going to be Punch and Coffee Trade Talks. I figured this would be a good week to start out. It's the Labor Day weekend, and I'm going to start out with somebody who was, and still is, a big part of my life and a big influence on me, and that is my stepdad, Andy Wallace.
Thank you.
So just to start out with this, why don't you tell everybody what you do and why'd you pick this job out of everything?
I'm a driver for a fertilizer company. I got into it because my dad's retiring from farming, and I've always been involved with it all my life, and I still wanted to be a part of farming. So this keeps me out in the fields and involved with all the local farmers around here.
So, obviously I know kind of your background and the whole deal with driving, and obviously you said why you wanted to get into specifically driving for a fertilizer company. But as far as getting your CDL, was that something you've always wanted to do, or is it just kind of like, hey, this is how I get to stay in it?
I had my B for longer than I can remember. So when I got this job, he told me, he's like, well, can you drive one? I was like, well, I've driven one before, but not legally. I go, so he said, well, you get your license, I pay for it.
And that seems like a fair deal.
Yeah. So went through the process. Now I'm the senior driver, and
now how long have you had your CDL? I can't even remember that.
see, technically I've only had it it was a year in July.
Okay.
So a little over a year I've had it.
All right.
Class A.
You get the big CDL. That's where you get the big money.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah. It's right now I'm either tanker or dump bed is what I'm driving most times.
All right. So what does a typical day on the job look like for you? I know in the fertilizer industry, you got your busy seasons, you got your slow seasons.
Yeah. Slow seasons right now, we're working on ammonia bars, getting them all set up, cleaned up, make sure everything runs through it. Everything's good in order. We update the trucks, do all the upkeep, any brake, hydraulic, anything that needs done, we get it done in the off season. Try to do it when it's nice out and not when it's below zero and none of us want to be out. Otherwise, once we get rolling, I'm either in the semi going to get potash, DAP, ATS. I'm trying to think all the crap. Whatever they need. And then depending on what they need out at the field, I'm either in the semi taking chemical to them that way, or they put me in a tandem and do it.
All right. So, what would you say is the toughest part of your job out of all this? The hours, the driving?
I would actually say wintertime when we start doing anhydrous. And we're loading the tanks and taking them out to the field. That seems to be more, and it's not that it's tough, it's more the danger involved with it.
Yeah, that stuff can really mess you up if you ain't careful.
Yeah. I'll say it this way, within the first week I started, it was anhydrous and had a leak, and I didn't know where the faraway shutoff was, and I got up there in the smoke, just held my breath, kind of covered my eyes, hit the shut off, and ran.
Oh, at least you got away from that one.
Yeah, I was told from that point never go into it. Once it goes, if it has to leak the whole big tank out, let it.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No.
What would you say was your the most rewarding part of this job?
I got a good crew I work with. I work with a lot of good people, have really good bosses. I can't say enough about. They bend over backwards and help you any way they can, which you don't get at every job by any means.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that. That's what really makes a good job a whole lot better, is having people that got your back.
It's a mom and pop place. I mean, I think how long, I think it was the 70s. They started this plant here in Elkhart.
Mm-hmm.
And they just recently bought 2 more. So it's big enough that I might get moved to Lake Fork or off, whatever. It's whoever needs me that day for a driver, I go.
Yeah. All right. There's something in your career that you're the most proud of? What stands out about that?
I'll say I'm probably the most proud about when I did farm for 5 to 6 years. I loved it. It just financially, there wasn't enough ground to keep me and Dad fully in it. And we just weren't able to pick up it. So at the time, I had to get out.
Yeah. Which, keep that in mind. Without farmers, you don't eat. Be nice to your farmers. You see a tractor come down the road, don't get mad. Just let them do their job. They got a job just like us. Just let them go on their day. They're out here feeding us. Be nice to a farmer. Thank them. They'll appreciate it.
Always.
So, the term blue collar, that expands to a lot of jobs and trades and everything in between. What does that mean to you?
Hands-on job, basically. All of it's manual labor. All of it's, I mean, where I'm at now, there's a little more thought involved. I had to go get my chemical license.
Mm-hmm.
So I can drive a floater and spray if they need me to. And then I know the different chemicals that we use, what can be mixed, and everything else. Which that was the main reason they gave me a raise after I got my CDL, and then got that too. Now I can pretty much do everything out there if I want. It's just they have a shortage on drivers, so I'm usually a driver.
Yeah, that's seeming to be the hard part in this industry, is finding actual good drivers that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
For the folks that don't know, I'm sure once you dig into the company a little bit farther, you hear a story about it. I've been a driver for 8 years. So, again, that's another profession. See a driver, thank him. I can attest to that. That'll make our day so much easier and so much better, just hearing thank you instead of, getting the bird or other harsh words I've heard on the road that I don't care to repeat for this video segment. We're all blue collar workers. Y'all cuss like sailors, I'm sure. You can imagine.
Plus, I look at it, drivers, farmers may keep the food coming. They may make it, get it in, but the drivers are the ones that are taking it to wherever you need it. They're the ones hauling food. They're the ones that hauling everything you need.
It's the two, in my mind, and I'm not trying to make my job sound more glamorous or important than anything else. I think that's the 2 main jobs in America. If you ain't got farmers, you don't eat. If you ain't got truckers, farmers don't got a way to get it to you. Let's see. Do you feel like your work gets enough recognition?
At times, sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's other. Because depending on heaven forbid, depending on the wind, if chemical goes off a little bit, you got to worry about either getting into neighbor's grass, killing it, worry about houses that have bees. If they have an actual beehive there at their house, we got to make sure none of that's going to float over and get it, because it's going to kill them. So it's all about being aware of your surroundings.
I never even really thought about that. Keep an eye out for the bees and everything. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, they're the number one pollinator. Without them, food don't get pollinated, and you don't eat. So I never really thought about that aspect of of bees and all that. I never been on the spraying side of it, obviously, but that kind of brings it in perspective.
Yeah. You got to respect your neighbors.
Yep. Be nice to your neighbors. I don't care if they upset you. Just be nice to them. So one day you might lose a fence. I don't care.
Exactly.
How much would you say teamwork is important in your line of work?
Oh, it's the main thing. I mean, usually our boss is really good about letting everybody know something, so we're all on the same track and not one of us doing something different. Because whether it's what chemicals going on and hey, you need to stay away from that neighbor, he's got non-GMO, or whatever seed he has, sometimes you got to back off, not get as close. Again, you got whatever else, you got to be aware of your surroundings, what's there, and what can hurt your neighbor's crop.
Yeah. So pretty big team effort all together.
Oh, we're all, yeah. And if one of us finds out something first, we make sure to share it as soon as we see it. We got radios, phones, whatever, to get a hold of the next person.
Teamwork's important.
Always.
Overall. So we're going to get into a couple of coffee questions for you, since obviously this is for the coffee brand. How's coffee fit in your life?
It's what gets me going in the morning. Heck, so I am more aware and I'm able to keep up and just be a good teamwork. If you're coming in and you're dragging, usually you're not at your best, and you might not just hear as well or take it in as well.
Yeah.
So you need a little pick up, get going, and talk over. That's usually the first thing every day. We could have a meeting and talk about what's going on so everybody's on the same page, and then let the fun begin.
What would you say makes a good cup of coffee?
It don't have to be the strongest. It's, for me, the first thing that gets me is when you open the bag and you get that first sniff. You can tell from smell. It'll wake you up a little bit just from that.
Yeah.
And if it smells good, yep, you're ready to get a cup going. You just want it that much faster.
Want in a hurry.
I mean, I've updated to where I'm in the no longer 15-minute for a pot of coffee, but it's nice to be able to get it, make it, and fill up the biggest cup I got, and I'm ready for work.
And sometimes, unfortunately, you got to stop at a gas station and get some of that coffee from there. And I don't know about you, but to me, it's just it's not the same as getting it from a bag. It just doesn't taste the same.
And I'm not big on syrup.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, what advice would you give someone starting out, driving or even into the fertilizer business?
For one, I would say make sure you're listening, being aware of everything. I'm going to say it's not that hard, but you're constantly around chemicals, anhydrous. There's so many things out there that they will injure you. You will get hurt, or you're going to have health problems if you don't. It's all about a little bit of respecting what you're around and knowing it. As long as you pay attention and are aware of the surroundings, you'll be fine.
Any advice on the driving side of it?
Just be aware. Don't be like so many truckers I see where you're watching your phone while you're driving, just generally ignoring. I mean, you can tell all the time, and I know it upsets all you regular drivers, when you start seeing a semi swerving back and forth in their lane, it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I know when I'm in my personal, I try to get by them or just hang back.
Yep. And that's coming from 2 drivers.
Yeah.
Stay off your phone and keep your feet on the floorboard. I can't tell you how many times I've seen drivers ride past and they got shoes off, socks off, and lounging around. Well, lounge around, wait for the end of the day. This, being out there ain't a game.
No. You got to respect everyone's life when you're in a truck.
Yep.
Because you're responsible for everyone around you. And being you're the professional, you're the one that's in the wrong if something happens.
Exactly. Doesn't matter whose fault it was, they're immediately going to come after the driver.
Yep.
Let's see. What do you wish more people understood about driving and working in the ag industry?
Biggest thing, which you mentioned already, a lot of times we're in vehicles that can only do 35 max. Yeah. I mean, trucks, no. I'm restricted on some routes I can go, but for the most part, if I'm in a truck, I'm good to go. Now, if I'm hauling anhydrous, I'm not supposed to go through towns, popular areas, anything like that, unless there's no way around it. Because heaven forbid I get a leak, then I'm endangering everyone close by. So it's all about respecting what you have and knowing your limitations.
If I keep pausing in between this, we're outside, I got a fly that's distracting me. Every time I go to try to read something, it wants to be in my way. So I apologize. I promise in the future, going to get a lot better at this. This is the first go around. Never been in front of camera person. So this is a whole new learning experience for me, folks. So have mercy on me. How do you see well, we can talk about the ag industry since that's predominantly what you're in. How do you see the industry changing in the future? It's changing a lot already.
The thing that got me, we were just boss took us to the Farm Progress show. I mean, here recently they're bringing out more drones. There's a lot of automated stuff that can do the spraying now, and it's basically you program in your dimensions of the field, get it all set up, and then it'll do it for you, which kind of scares me because, yeah, they'll still need a driver to bring the stuff, but they're not going to need sprayers and operators anymore if they keep that up.
Yeah.
Or they'll just need fewer, and because usually even on drones, it's a semi-trailer that's behind that holds 2 and holds the chemical.
Yeah.
So you drive out to the field, and then there's usually another guy that knows the ins and outs about them to make them run, program, and yeah, you just sit there and wait.
It's going to be a big change. Technology is just advancing quickly now. Everybody's got different ideas and new ideas that they're changing and trying out. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. I mean, wish I could have gone to the Farm Progress show this year. I remember going a few years ago and seeing some of the advances back then, 5-6 years ago. But now it's, you hear people talking about this and that changing, and it's like, did they seriously come out with that? That's impressive, but at the same time, as you said, it's kind of makes you nervous about the future of the industry as far as the human aspect on it. Who's going to keep their job? Who isn't?
Exactly. Although I was amazed going into most sprayers, maybe 100-foot booms, some 110, 120. They had 151 in there. It was just massive, which then you got to start worrying about not all fields are square. Got waterways, whatever else you got to get through, and sometimes you got to get into small points. You get into a big one like that, just start folding in sections and shutting off what you're not using.
It kind of makes you nervous about the new operators too on learning all that stuff. Exactly. I'm sure even seasoned operators will forget.
And that's just it. And granted, on the ones that you program in everything, as long as they program in all those waterways and everything, it'll stop without a problem.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's an operator, usually he has to shut it off for the first time around the field, and when he goes, because usually he goes around everything first. So then it's marked. You have it marked in your, like on a Raven or whatever that they're using, and then from there it'll automatically shut off when you get into those zones. So it's all about outlining everything, getting it ready, and then you're good to go.
If you could describe your work in one word, just one word, what would it be?
We'll just leave it simple and say busy. When it's busy, it's you don't stop and you go. Busy season, it's nothing to do 12, 16 hours.
Yeah.
And you do it every day unless Mother Nature decides to rain on a weekend.
And that,
and it doesn't usually happen on a weekend.
During the spring and summer season, you're praying for rain in the ag industry, but sometimes you're praying for the rain in the rain in the late season after everything's out just to get a breather.
And a lot of those chemicals, you want to rain on it within 24 hours just so it helps get that stuff to settle in the ground. It's going to be more effective. Some of them need more heat. They actually are more effective when it is 80, 90 degrees out. So weather and everything makes a part of it.
Yep. So do you have any mottos or sayings or even lessons that you live by?
Just be careful and be aware of everyone around you. Because I'm more worried about hurting somebody else or endangering them than anything. And if I'm watching out for everybody else, that means I have to watch out for myself too. So it all works in general.
All right. Well, that's going to kind of wrap it up for this first one. Normally at the end of these, I'm planning to give my guests a bag of coffee, but since this guy's my stepdad, he gets the benefits of getting it whenever I get it. So, I mean, I don't know how much more coffee he needs. I'm sure before too long he's going to have a cabinet full. My mom, his wife's going to start complaining about it, telling him to get it out of here. So, but
it just means I got to drink more. It's all good.
But that'll be the end of this first video. If you guys want to find out more about the company, I'll tag a link for the Instagram, the Facebook, or even the website if you're interested in buying any of the coffee. We got some merch on there. There's going to be more coming out as time goes on. It's just been busy between my job and trying to get this going. So just please be patient. We're working on it. And we can only get better from there. Progress is key. You got to make sure everybody's happy, but you got to put out a good product first.
Amen.
Thanks for joining me.
Anytime.
Take it easy out there. Don't work too hard.
You do the same.